what an excellent day for an exorcism. Yo, what is up guys? Steel Vigo here, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I am really excited because I have yet another unboxing for you guys. And before we get to that, I just want to say thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. Yes, guys, we hit 1,000 subscribers. I never thought that was going to happen. I definitely didn't think it was going to happen this year, but it did, and we're still climbing. So thank you guys so much for that, and for each and every one of you who has been supporting the channel lately, and for especially those of you who have been supporting my channel since the beginning. I see your comments, I appreciate your comments, and thank you guys so much. And especially to my new supporters too, thank you very much for sticking around. I've got tons of content planned for this month and for October, so stay tuned. You do not want to miss any of that. Anyway, with that being said, let's get to the topic at hand. Let's get to the exorcism at hand, and let us unbox the Reagan prop from Spirit Halloween 2022. I had to make a trip outside of the store that I actually work at to pick this up for you guys because ours did not have one in stock other than the display. So we are going to unbox her today. We're going to set her up and we're going to do some demoing. So let's get this box open, shall we? It's about time. I have set one of these up before, as you know, at my other store, so I have experience. So it'll be similar to the Monty setup. So the first thing you get is a piece of cardboard right there to kind of protect the top, I guess. And then you get her head, which is awesome. Really cool, very creepy, very realistic looking. In this bag here, which is very crinkly, we will leave that out for now and save that for the end. Of course, the head is probably my favorite part of this animatronic, as it tends to be with a lot of the animatronics that I get. And next is the torso with the projector and the mechanism here. This is the back of her, and this is the front here. And it's got the projector pre-installed very simply. Quite an easy setup actually for the fact that she has a projector. The animation is pretty simple, but obviously very effective. One of her hands, which is this hand right here, her left hand, and her right hand right here. Very small. She is a young girl, so that makes sense. She's about 5 feet tall. Her instructions, which we will actually not be needing, and I mean that for real this time. Her clothes with the wraps and the adapter. And then there's like a little insert here, like a cardboard insert for some reason, that keeps her base intact here. And the pieces are all protected with bubble wrap, which is actually very nice and something I actually really appreciate. So yeah. So obviously you need to free these zip ties here. And this is probably, I would say, other than maybe Tombstone Terror, one of the easiest setups of the year, for sure. Very straightforward, very simple, pretty foolproof, actually. So it should be a very simple, straightforward setup for you guys, but I will kind of walk you through it anyhow. A lot of zip ties. That is the trickiest part of this setup, actually, is getting the things out, which is funny. So there we go. The base is now free. You do not want to damage those if you can help it. I will now replace this. We do not need that. Alrighty. So what the next step is going to be taking what I believe this will be the front here. I think. Yes, this is going to be the front here for you. And you take the poles. I believe these poles are each the same, I think. I believe they're exactly the same, yes. Lock them in like so. There are little locking pins here. Very straightforward, very simple. And then you slide them over again for the second set right here to get her to a little bit taller here. And then you take this piece right here, and that locks in very simply once again, the two little locking pins. Here you push those in, you slide this down on there until they both lock into place. Might need to like jimmy it a little bit. So then the next step, I would say, would be taking out the clothes here for her little nightgown. Obviously a very iconic outfit in the movie, of course. It was kind of a no-brainer that she is going to be dressed in that fashion, of course. I mean, no other outfit is as iconic to Reagan as this one. And I will slide this over top here. I guess. Maybe didn't need to do that. It's fine. Next step. Attach her base like so. Or her mechanism like so. So you will notice she is actually leaning forward quite a bit. That is normal. That is what you're looking for. She leans forward a bit. Then we slide. Nope. Okay. Do not put the clothes on just yet. You can put the clothes on last, actually. Or close to last. Do not set that down like that. You do not want to damage the projector. That would be terrible. The projector does stick out, unfortunately. So if you're not careful, you will actually be setting it down on the projector. I believe we're fine, but definitely something you want to look out for. So that slides in very simply. Then you go ahead and slide her clothes over, like so. Something else I also recommend with the projector is probably don't want to put your fingers on it. Probably don't want to touch it as much as you can, just to avoid getting like oils and dust and dirt on there. You probably don't want that, as you can imagine why, for obvious reasons. I just recently rewatched The Exorcist to kind of prepare for this review, and before I purchased it, and yes, it is definitely a very, very classic type horror movie, and certainly one of my favorites. Definitely, it's kind of a slow burn if you haven't seen it, but I imagine, well, I, for one, am not super scared by horror movies. I might be perhaps desensitized. Also worth noting is I'm not the most religious person, so I imagine it would also be a lot scarier to people who are highly religious, which is not me, believe it or not. So maybe I don't find it quite as scary, but I certainly can certainly understand how that would be a very scary movie to a lot of people. And for some reason, there's like hot glue has overflowed on this piece here, so it's refusing to like lock into place here, which is a bit of a problem. I believe I can just pull it off. I'm hoping that is necessary for her motion sensor. And there we go. That's now in. So then we slide her close over, sort of. Once again, thumbs pointing inward. We slide her arms through her sleeves, and then her clothes will stay up a little bit better after that. slides into these little like fork things like so, or the little slots for the forks like so. Slide that around the little like back panel, the back pieces of plastic. Slide that over like so. Other hand, once again facing inward if you want her hands to be facing the correct way, as I'm sure most people would want with this prop, seeing as you want it to be as movie accurate as possible, as this is a collector style piece. However, I believe even if you are not a huge fan of the movie The Exorcist, I don't know why you wouldn't be. It's very classic, very scary. Even as I said before, I'm rather desensitized, but I can definitely see how it's a scary, creepy movie, and it did creep me out when I first watched it when I was younger, for sure. And obviously a very iconic movie. But even if you are not the biggest fan, definitely a creepy prop you could have anyhow, even if you don't understand all the references. Very scary, one of the scariest props of the year for sure. One of the creepiest looking props for sure. One of the most detailed, in my opinion. So you slide the clothes over her hands like so. Lots of great detailing on the hands. You can see the veins, which is very gross and creepy. So you slide it over like that, and then you slide her clothes on. And then you can take her clothes and cover the base a little later. Then, a little detail that is underrated that I almost missed while setting up the one in store, that I actually really appreciate that they took the time to do, is they included these little things. And at first I didn't know what they were, but you actually want to tie these around her wrists to resemble the little like wraps that they had around her arms to kind of keep her tied to the bed so she couldn't hurt herself in the movie, or so that, you know, the demon could not hurt her or whatever, and so that she couldn't, you know, attack others. Very cool little detail. You obviously wouldn't get it if you haven't seen the movie, but I definitely appreciate that they included that. It's not, obviously not super, wasn't a super expensive addition to do. It's just little pieces of fabric, but, you know, the thought is the part that stands out. The fact that they put the thought in to include that little detail is definitely very cool. So there we have her almost completely set up. Now we attach the awesome head, definitely the best part of this prop. One of my coworkers who is a big Exorcist fan definitely loves this face a lot more compared to the Gemmy One. I can kind of go back and forth, but I can certainly see the argument as to why they like this one more when it comes to the face. Very well detailed. The hair is a little bit of a pain to do, and it is not as long as the Gemmy One. But you can see the great detailing here. Very creepy. The eyes look very realistic. The cuts and the puke, and her teeth is all there. Very creepy. Very gray colored. I almost wish it was just a little bit more white, like more pale, but still definitely very cool, very creepy. And I've seen people kind of do some like repaints of this version of the Reagan animatronic. Very creepy, very well done. There's a lot of potential with this animatronic, even if you don't want to rehaul or overhaul this. A lot of haunt and scare potential with this. So this slides into here. There's a little slot that will match up. You slide it over like so, and there we go. Here she is. So then you will seal the back up using the Velcro strips. In the back here, there is a little spot cut out in the back of her dress to leave room for the projector. And then obviously I'm going to leave it slightly open right now so that I can plug in the adapter, which comes in this box. It is not labeled here, but it's got like a yellow thing. I don't know. It's got a yellow thing, and very, very descriptive, I know. But you plug in her adapter like so, and you see if she works.
What an excellent day for an exorcism. It would bring us together. You and us. Reagan. I'm the devil. It burns. Oh, it burns. You killed your mother. You left her alone to die. Keep away. The sow is mine.
So, unfortunately, you can't really see her projector in this lighting. I kind of was hoping that it would shine against that or against the box as I tried there. It didn't quite work as I planned. Definitely, the way that Spirit has it set up, they have it set up like that for a reason. And obviously you're going to have a special setup, so that is a bit of a bummer. It's obviously not the most powerful projector. But that being said, she's still an awesome prop. I'm going to do her last activation real quick, and then we'll end out the video.
Your mother's in here with us, Garrus. Would you like to leave a message? I'll see that she gets it.
Anyway, guys, that is the Reagan unboxing and setup. I hope you all enjoyed. I apologize once again for the projection thing. I'm definitely going to do like an official demo of her in 4K quality is my plan. And I'll definitely figure out some way to showcase the projector for that official demo. This is just kind of my setup video anyhow. And, you know, almost like a mini review. There's a lot of animatronics that I don't actually own that I feel like I have sufficient information to review, as I've worked with them quite a bit, quite extensively actually. But I will probably wait and do a separate review at a later date for a lot of these. But that's just kind of my setup and unboxing anyhow. But I definitely I'm fairly certain that the projector is working as it should. It's just too bright out here at this current time to be working properly, as it is not a dark area. It is quite bright out right now. But anyway, guys, I really hope you did enjoy, and let me know your thoughts on this Reagan animatronic, guys. Are you really happy to see another Reagan available, another Reagan animatronic? It has been a long time since we've had one of them. What do you want to see in the future in terms of licensed props? They tend to be kind of my favorites, licensed characters. I'm a big horror movie fan. So this is definitely one I'm really glad to have. And I'm curious what you guys think in terms of this versus the Gemmy One. Which is better in your opinion? I'd like to hear it. I go back and forth, but I'm definitely really happy to have at least one Reagan in my possession. And it is actually very solid Reagan at that. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for 1,000 subscribers. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, guys, I've rambled way too long about this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And stay tuned, because I have a lot more videos planned throughout October. At least one video a day is my goal, is my plan. I know I've done that through September, but it's going to be ramping up, and this might, near the end for sure, 2 videos a day, probably. So, at least 2 videos a day. So, stay tuned for that. I have really exciting stuff planned. Probably at least one more animatronic that I have planned that you guys might not be expecting will be on the channel as my plan. And who knows, there might be some more unexpected ones, but at least one more plan for you guys. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I apologize for rambling. If you stayed to the end, please leave a like. And I really can't say this enough. I really appreciate all of you. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.